Are you guys ready? I should turn that on. Over here. Yeah. Are you on there?
Do you want us to turn on?
Yeah. You're good? All right. Can you hear me okay back there? Good, good. All right, that's good, that's good. Hey, it's great for Gabrielle and I to be back with you again this month. Sorry we had to cancel last month's, but everything is great now. On this month's edition, this is a special staff edition, as you can see. This ought to be a lot of fun. And we have a guest performer a little later on. And the questions, we'll have a couple leftover questions from September. Figured I wanted to use those, you know, I didn't want to waste those questions. And then, of course, the primary questions for this month about Columbus Day, Halloween, the World Series, and fall foliage. And
Hey, speaking of fall foliage, when we were driving around the countryside, why did you stop at that daggone farm?
Well, I wanted to ask the farmer about his pig.
What about his pig?
Well, it had a wooden leg.
A wooden leg?
Yeah.
Why did it have a wooden leg?
Well, the farmer told me that they had a fire in the barn, and the pig rushed in, and it got all the animals out, and they were all saved.
Well, that's sad, but what does that have to do with a wooden leg?
Well, and then the farmer told me that the well ran dry, but the pig was rooting around in their backyard, and they dug a new well where the pig was rooting around, and they struck water.
Okay, but what does that have to do about the wooden leg?
Well, then the farmer said one of his kids fell down the well, and the pig ran and got the farmer, and they were able to save the kid.
But what does it have to do about the pig's wooden leg?
Well, a pig that special, they couldn't eat it all at once.
Oh. Let's play the Londonderry Village Community Quiz. Here's your host and quizmaster, a man who brings joy to every room he exits, Bill Mulfair.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabrielle. And thank you to Ann, our music director. And of course, thanks to all of you at home watching. Wish you could be here. It's going to be a wild show today, I can tell. We have our special staff edition, so we got the staff teams, and let's meet our contestants. First, team number 1. Of course, you recognize all these folks, but let's pretend and have them introduce themselves. This Mary Lee Harple and Henry Brubaker. Mary Lee, of course, the Director of Resident Services, and Henry, the Vice President, Finance. So tell us a little bit, Henry, how did you get here? How did you stumble into this place? Hold the mic close. Is it on there? Yeah.
I worked in nonprofit finance before coming here. This is my first experience in senior care finance.
Okay.
10 years ago I came.
All right, great. Mary Lee, how long have you been here? And have you had, I know you arrange a lot of the entertainment. Has there been any kind of unusual entertainment? Anything as unusual as this, maybe, huh?
First, I've been here 11 and a half years. Anything unusual? This is still, I'll have to say, I want to say to you, this is one of our best, what I call homegrown ideas. It all came from the resident creating it, and for me it's a gift because I don't have to do anything.
Well,
just come here. He does it all. Well, I know, I do a little bit, but that was the beginning. But you have been both, you and your wife are like on top of it.
Well, we love
Very
it.
organized. And look at the audience.
Oh, I know. It's a great crowd today. All right, let's meet team number 2. And our team 2, Karen Reed Tyler Weber. And Karen, how long have you been here? And I wanted to ask you, what is any favorite dish or food for the residents?
Well, I've been here, I started as the associate director, and now the director of a total of, now January it'll be 4 years. And the favorite food, I would say either ham loaf or pork and sauerkraut.
Oh, that ham loaf. Everybody loves that. Oh, pork and sauerkraut. Can't go wrong with that. Tyler, how long have you been here?
So I've been here 9.5 years. I think you all know me. I've taken most of your money. I appreciate that.
Any unusual applicants that you've had over the years? Or?
I can't name names.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, Gabrielle, explain the rules for this little game.
Each team will have 20 seconds to answer a multiple choice question. If they answer correctly, they get 10 points. If they don't answer correctly, the other team will have a chance to answer for 5 points. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. We'll have our first round of questions, but first, the quiz is sponsored by Splinters Woodshop. And here's Bill and Elle with more information.
Come on up, Elle. Tell us all about Splinters Woodshop.
Yeah,
I think you got a special going today here, don't you?
It's kind of ironic that they asked me to do the ad for the wood shop, because if you need sawdust made, I'm your guy. That's about all I can make out of wood. However, greetings from my friends at the wood shop. They would like to remind everyone about the bazaar that will be right here in the DiMatteo Center on April 26th from 8 until 1.
April.
What did I say?
April. You were only off by 6 months.
And as you can see, I love October with my orange and black. Okay, we are going to have tables set up along the wall in the back to display the items that they have made during the year. If you are looking for a nice wedding gift or something special for someone, I'm sure we will have something for you that you would like. As I said, there's a table set up in the back, and Ron Brewer will be back there to answer any questions you may have about the wood shop. Any new residents, they would love to have you come down and just look around and see if it's something you're interested in doing. Next year, they are planning on having a skill saw class, and I know some ladies who have participated in that and have done some very nice work. Now, real quick, before I sit down, on behalf of the volunteers that pick up your trash, we appreciate everybody who ties their bags. We had an incident Tuesday where we ended up shoveling trash because folks did not tie their bags. So thank you for those of you who do. And for those of you that don't, you may get a knock on your door one of these days. Thanks.
Thanks, Elle. Gabrielle?
Here at Londonderry Village, continuing care is a promise to every resident. The Good Samaritan Fund helps keep that promise, and the Buddy Society supports the Good Samaritan Fund. To learn more about how you can be a part of the Buddy Society, check out the article in the latest edition of Moving Forward magazine. And now, let the game begin.
All right. All right, let's see question number 1. And this will be for team number 1. So we'll start off with the easier questions, I think. But for team number 1, in Greek mythology, who was the god of the sea? Was it Ares, Neptune, B, C, Artemis, or D, Poseidon? Team number 1, in Greek mythology, the god of the sea. What do you think there, team number 1? And be ready, team number 2, because if they don't get it right, then you'll have a chance to pick up 5 points.
We're ready to steal.
Ah, all right, okay. All right, team number 1, what is your guess on this one?
We'll take B, Neptune.
B, Neptune. That's a good guess, but the wrong guess. Team number 2, your chance to pick up 5 points. What do you think?
Bill, that would be D. Poseidon.
D, Poseidon is correct for 5 points for team number 2. All right. All right, now team number 2, here's your 10-point question. This is a leftover from last month. Which U.S. president signed the bill making Labor Day a national holiday? Was it A, Grover Cleveland, B, Theodore Roosevelt, C, Benjamin Harrison, or D, William McKinley? What is your guess? Be ready, team 1.
I hope you didn't put any money on our team, by the way. We're going to go with B.
You're going with B, Theodore Roosevelt? Well, he did a whole lot of stuff, but he didn't do this. So team number 1 for 5 points. A, Grover Cleveland, C, Benjamin Harrison, or D, William McKinley.
Guessing A,
Grover Cleveland? That's correct for 5 points. I think they surprised themselves on that one, too. All right, let's go to question number 3. This is for team number 1. This is your 10-point question, a little biology type question. How many legs does a crab have? Is it A, 2, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 10? How many legs does a crab have? All right. Usually you only see crab in salad, but this is the real thing. What do you think, team number 1? Boy, they're really thinking on this one, aren't they?
Time's up,
Trying
team
to
1.
picture a crab. What do you guess, team number?
A2.
You're going with A2? Well, you're not quite right with that one. So team number 2, you have a chance to steal for 5 points.
We're going to go with B.
B, 6. Well, you would think, it's some kind of number like that, but actually, the answer is D, 10. A crab has 10 legs.
Wow.
Yeah, all right.
They look like that.
All right, so question number 4, this is for team number 2. This is your 10-point question. Geography type question. Which country produces the most coffee in the world? Is it A, Brazil, B, Colombia, C, Indonesia, or D, Nigeria? The country that produces the most coffee in the world. What do you think? Team number 2, give us a stab at this one.
We're going to go with B.
B, Colombia, that fine Colombian coffee beans. Actually, that's not right. Team number 1 for 5 points. What is your guess? This is quickly becoming a game by default here with me. Makes it harder for Joan here, our scorekeeper. Everything in multiples of 5.
Okay. I don't even drink coffee, so I will go with A, Brazil.
A, Brazil is correct for 5 points. All right. Okay. Okay, now let's go to question number 5. This is for team number 1, and this is kind of a fall, autumn type question. All right. What kind of tree is known for its vibrant red and yellow leaves in autumn? Is it A, the birch tree, B, the chestnut tree, C, the maple tree, or D, the oak tree?
Maple.
You're going with maple, C? Great guess. You're correct. It's a 10-pointer. All right. All right, let's go to team number 2. This is your 10-point question. Question number 6. It's another interesting question. And actually, this question was submitted by a friend of the quiz, Ellen Anderson. Thank you, Ellen, for submitting this question. Question number 6. In what New York State town did the Woodstock Rock Festival take place in 1969? Was it A, Bethel, B, Woodstock, C, Yasgur, or D, Cooperstown?
Ellen, you know you're my favorite. What's the answer?
Okay, team number 2 for 10 points.
We're going to be honest. We have no idea, but we're going to go with B.
You're going with B, Woodstock? You would think that would make sense, but no, that's not right. So team number 1 for 5 points. You keep picking up these 5-pointers here. Where the Woodstock Rock Festival took place in New York State. You know it's not B. What do you guess? Team number 1?
A, Bethel.
You're going with A, Bethel. That's correct for 5 points. That's Bethel. Yasgur, actually Max Yasgur owned the farm on which the festival was held. And of course Cooperstown is baseball. All right, Gabrielle, what's the score?
After the first round, the score is Team 1, Henry and Mary Lee, 25 points, and Team 2, Tyler and Karen, 5 points.
Not looking good, guys.
Now it's time for our fitness minute. Here's the gang with more.
All right, come on up, guys. All right, do you need the mic, though? Yes. Okay.
That's right, Tyler. Two.
All right, let's hear it for the fitness guys.
Thanks for walking with me today, Rob.
My pleasure.
I really love walking in the...
Whoa, Mary, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sometimes that happens. But you know what? The good news is we have this fitness center, and one of the best things to prevent falls is exercise. Do you know where it's at?
No, I don't.
The fitness center is right through these 2 doors, and you go in there and you talk with Rob, yourself, or Lauren, and you ask, can we get an exercise plan? And we will put that together for you, and we will help you prevent falls, which is what we all want. So, instead of yourself falling, let's just watch the leaves fall. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Please join us at the fitness center.
All right. And of course, the fitness center, there's no excuse not to exercise 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Gabrielle.
We have a great group of dedicated residents who collect trash from the cottages and duplexes twice weekly. Another group collects recyclables weekly. If you want to help, get more information in the newsletter. And now here's Bill with more questions.
All right, let's get back to question number 7 for team number 1. And this is, speaking of, health and fitness, this is kind of a fitness question. About how many times does a heart beat over the course of an average human lifespan? Is it A, 3 billion, B, 1 billion, C, 3 million, or D, 1 million?
We're going with A, 3 billion.
A, 3 billion? Well, you know what? You are right. You know your biology. Okay. Let's go to another fall question for team number 2. This is kind of a baking question. Maybe a lot of you will know this right off.
She bakes lots of pies.
Team number 2, how many pies can a bushel of apples make? Is it A, 16? Now, these are nice sized pies, you know. B, 21, C, 26, or D, 31? So team number 2 for 10 points. How many pies can you make out of that bushel of apples?
What if you buy a frozen pie?
What do you say at team number 2? You need this 10 points. You're all thinking out there, you think? All right, team number 2, give us an answer. You could have baked a pie by now.
From the director of dining herself, we're going to go with B.
With B, 21, the director of dining knows her pies. That's correct. For 10 points. That would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? All right, for question number 9, we usually go shopping with Gabrielle, but this time we're going to go grocery shopping with Gabrielle.
Why did James Salisbury invent the Salisbury steak? Was it A, as a TV dinner entree during the 1950s, B, to combat illness during the Civil War, C, as a bargain buffet item during the Depression, or D, as a staple for GIs during World War II?
All right, and this question is for team number 1. Why was that Salisbury steak invented? What do you say, team number 1? All right, give us your guess here. Sometime you just have to go with it.
I'm going with my first choice.
Okay.
I went with as a TV dinner entree during the 1950s. The Salisbury
Well,
steak.
you know, certainly we've gotten a lot of those Swanson Salisbury steak TV dinners, but that's not the reason. So team number 2 for 5 points, B, C, or D?
We're going to go with D.
You're going with D, a staple for GIs during World War II. And no, that's not correct either. Actually, Dr. Salisbury invented Salisbury steak to combat illness during the Civil War. B is the right answer for that one. So nobody got that one. So let's go to question number 10. This is for team number 2. And with the election coming up, this is an important question. So team number 2, which amendment to the U.S. Constitution gave women the right to vote? Was it A, the 23rd, B, the 16th, C, the 19th, or D, the 13th? Kind of a civics question for you.
So you want to go with C?
What do you think?
We're going to go with C.
C, the 19th? That's correct. You know your civics. Got 10 points on that one. All right, let's go back to another question here for team number 1. In what year did Columbus Day become a federal holiday? Was it A, 1897, B, 1957, C, 1937, or D, it isn't a federal holiday?
B, 1957.
You're going with B, 1957? Well, it's a little too recent, I think. Team number 2, you have a chance to steal. That was not correct. So A, C, or D? What do you think, team number 2?
Just want you to know, I think Karen's back is hurting from carrying the team, but we're going to go with A.
You're going with A, 1897. Actually, that's too early. It was C, 1937. So neither team gets points on that question. It's good we don't go back with points. All right, we got a World Series question for you here, team number 2. The Yankees have won the most World Series championship. But which team ranks second in World Series wins? Is it A, the Cincinnati Reds, B, the Baltimore Orioles, C, the Boston Red Sox, or D, the St. Louis Cardinals? Team number 2. What do you think, team number 2?
C, the Boston Red Sox.
You're going with C, the Boston Red Sox? Actually, they're one of the feudal teams. They've won a few lately, but they hadn't won one for 100 years. That is not correct. So team number 1 for 5 points. A, B, or D?
Come on, Henry, baseball go.
D, St. Louis Cardinals.
D, St. Louis Cardinals. The Redbirds definitely were the best team in the National League, and that's correct. You got 5 points on that. All right. You got the score right there? All right. I know it's complicated at times. Joan, you do a terrific job. Gabrielle, what's the score?
After the second round, the score is Team 1, Henry and Mary Lee, 40 points, and Team 2, Tyler and Karen, 25 points. The quiz is brought to you by the Boutique and the Auxiliary Bazaar. Here's Bill, Ethel, and Nelson with more information.
All right. Come on up, Ethel.
Good afternoon. Our village is... Are we
Hold on a
okay?
second. Hold on there. We'll get this for you here.
Had that trouble at home, too.
I'll get that. Just
Ethel, I never knew you to need a microphone.
Our village boutique is now been transformed into the fall-winter collection. And you know our boutique is open Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 1 to 4. Right now, if you hurry, we have men's jeans for only $3 until the end of October. And if you're an early Christmas shopper, please consider a unique gift certificate to the boutique for that special someone for Christmas. Our Harvest Christmas Bazaar is this Saturday, 8 to 1, and the boutique will have items to sell, along with a table that will be open for business from 9 to 1. Now, just to show you a few samples of boutique items, our special model will demonstrate. He's wearing
A pretty girl.
lovely coat
pretty girl.
for only $9. I think the design is Dior. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a mistake. It's $1 more. And a beautiful $3 scarf, and I think it's a Kardashian. No, oops again, my mistake, these darn glasses, it's cash in hand. The whole ensemble is completed with a $10 Vera Bradley bag, and yes, I got that one right. Thank you, lovely model. Oh,
All right.
cute. Oh, cutie. Is it really true blondes have more fun? Thank you.
Thank you, Ethel, and the beautiful model Nelson, yes. Gabrielle?
Bill, you know how you do your little Cronkite Mulfair news? Well, I have my own Pun Fun newscast.
Oh, all right.
All right, and here's the top stories. In local news, a van carrying wigs blew up on Interstate 83. State police are combing the area for clues. In economic news, the origami business has folded. And in gossip news, have you heard the latest rumor about butter? Never mind, I shouldn't spread it. And that's the way it is. Now back to the quiz.
Thank you for your fun. All right, let's get back to the quiz. And team number one, we heard about coffee earlier, but which country is the largest producer of vanilla? Is it A, Turkey, B, Venezuela, C, Madagascar, or D, India? Country that is the producer, the largest producer of vanilla. Team number one for 10 points. What do you say, team number one?
We'll say C, Madagascar.
C, Madagascar. This team is really good. You're correct for 10 points. All right. All right, question number 14. This is for team number two. And which state was the first to adopt Columbus Day as a legal holiday? Is it A, California, B, Colorado, C, South Carolina, or D, Virginia? Team number two, which state, first state to adopt Columbus Day as a legal holiday? What do you think, team member?
We're going to go with D.
You're going with D, Virginia? Well, a lot of first in Virginia, but not this one. So team number one, you got a chance for 5 points, A, B, or C. Looks like they're stumped on this one, too. You've been guessing pretty well so far, so for 5 points, what do you think? We need an answer.
All right, we're guessing. We're going with C, South Carolina.
C, South Carolina, not correct. The answer is B, Colorado. Colorado, the first state. All right, so team number one, now here's your word definition question here for you. Team number one, what does bantam mean? Is it A, mammoth, B, a cartoon character, C, small, or D, a musical instrument? No help, audience, no help. What do you think, team number one? Word definition, what does bantam mean? What do you got? What do you say, team number one?
C, small.
C, small is correct. Get 10 points on that. All right. Let's go to question number 16 for team number two. This is one of these wacky questions that we always come up with.
We're feeling it's a little rigged here.
All right, team number two. The skin of one poison dart frog has enough poison to kill how many people? Is it A, 1, B, 100, C, 10, or D, 1,000? Now this is the skin of just one dart frog. This is your biology question for you here, team number two.
Once again, we're going to guess here, and we're going to say C.
C, 10. That would seem like a logical guess, but unfortunately, team number two, it is not correct. So team number one, A, B, or D? What do you guess?
I went the other direction. I think D, 1,000.
You're going D,
Unless you kill
1,000?
It's going to kill you.
That's a lot, but actually it is B, 100. That poisonous frog is really poisonous. All right, let's go to question number 17. This is for team number 1. This is one of these, off-the-wall type questions too. In brewing, what does IPA stand for? Is it A, in Pennsylvania, B, includes product additives, C, India Pale Ale, or D, internal proof allowance? In brewing, what does IPA stand for?
We would like this answer.
You might get it. Be ready. For 10 points, team number 1. What do you guess? They're really taking this seriously, you know? What do you guess, team number 1? We need an answer, please.
We're going to go with D, internal
You're
proof
going with
allowance.
D, internal proof allowance? Not correct. So team number 2, you have your chance.
We know who the fun ones are here. We're going to go with C.
C, India Pale Ale is correct for 5 points. All right.
That would have been our 10.
All right, on team number 2, here's another leftover question. Why was the day in early September chosen for Labor Day? Is it A, it's when kids go back to school? B, there was no other holidays in September? C, it's halfway between July 4th and Thanksgiving? Or D, it marks the end of summer? What do you think, team number 2? All right, this is a leftover question from September.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go with D.
You're going with D, it marks the end of summer? Well, it does do that, but that's not why it was chosen. Team number 1 for 5 points. What is your guess here? What are you going with?
We'll go with C,
You're going
halfway
with
between.
Halfway between July 4th and Thanksgiving, and that's correct. That's why that date in early September was chosen, so you get 5 points on that. Gabrielle, what's the score?
After the 3rd round, the score is Team 1, Henry and Mary Lee, 65 points, and Team 2, Tyler and Karen, 30 points. Now here's Bill with this month's special guest.
All right.
Get my voice.
There you go. Okay, Al, take it away.
All right. Now the song, usually when I'm asked to sing a song, I do research on it. I don't just like to sing the song. I like to know where it came from. I like to know who wrote it. Well, this particular song, if you can take yourself back to 1929, I'm hoping there's nobody here who's going to stand. Oh, I was around 1929. Anyhow, the song was first performed in Harlem. Now, when I started my research, I assumed because this song was first sang in Harlem, that the audience would have been black, or as they said back there, Negroes. Well, guess what? The only way you could get in if you were a Negro was if you were a performer. Nobody else was allowed. Now, the Cotton Club, which in my research was the big competitor of Connie's Inn, and back in 1929, the Cotton Club was started by, any of you sports fans remember heavyweight champion Jack Johnson? He started the club, which was later bought out by a gangster, and I think they had the same operation as the Connie's Inn. Now, Connie's Inn was actually started and owned by three German brothers who had a deli in Harlem. However, they made the bulk of their money from bootlegging, as did the owner of the Cotton Club who bought it from Jack Johnson. They were all bootleggers, and I looked up in Wikipedia the gentleman's name who bought the club, and it's here somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it. Anyhow, Wikipedia, he bought the club after he was released from Sing Sing. So, and in Wikipedia, where it says occupation, it has gangster. So, anyhow, Ann? The song that I'm going to sing was written by a man by the name of Fats Waller. Now you wonder how he got the name Fats. Well, he was a little under 6 foot, but over 300 pounds. Very talented musician. He wrote the song with two of his friends, and it was first performed in a play that they wrote in 1929 in Connie's Inn. Connie's Inn seated around 300 people. So you take the DiMatteo here and double it. That's how big the club was. The stage in Connie's Inn was known for its chorus girls. They were all black. If you were not black, the only way you got in was to perform. Now, the Cotton Club charged a $3 head charge. Connie's Inn charged the $2.50. And they were known as the two most expensive clubs in Harlem. So that gives you some idea of how competitive they were. The show that the Fats Waller and his two friends wrote was a club called Connie's Hot Chocolate. And it was performed, like I said, in Connie's Inn. However, it was so successful that it kept selling out, they moved it to Broadway. And it was actually on Broadway as the very first all-black performers. And interesting to note, here's a name you all know. The orchestra director was a young man by the name of Louis Armstrong. He was the orchestra director. And the year the song was written, 1929, it was that popular, 20 different performers sang it, recorded it. And since then, everybody has recorded this song. So when I listened to it, Bing Crosby sang it, Tony Bennett sang it with Lady Gaga, Hank Williams Jr. sang it. So when I sing it, I'm going to kind of sing it a mix of Fats Waller and Hank Williams Jr. Okay, the name of the song is Ain't Misbehaved.
All right.
No one to walk with, all by myself. No one to talk with, now I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you, and you, and you, and you. I know for certain the one I love, I'm through with flirting, just you that I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for, believe me. I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, nowhere to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. I'm just behaving, saving my love for you.
Thank you, Al. All right. L4. Great job, Al. Thank you. Gabrielle.
If you like to sing, here's your chance to join a group who inspires through their voices. The Village Harmony Chorus rehearses every Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here in the DiMatteo Center. New members are welcome anytime. For more information, see the newsletter. And now, back to the quiz.
All right, let's get back to the quiz. Question number 19, it's for team number 1. And this is a spooky Halloween question. All right, team number 1. In what country did carving jack-o'-lanterns originate? Was it A, Ireland, B, Germany, C, the United States, or D, Romania? Carving jack-o'-lanterns. Where did that originate? Team number 1. I think they're applying logic to every one of these questions somehow. What do you think, team number 1? Give us a guess.
A, Ireland.
You're going with A, Ireland? I don't know how you do it, but you're right. 10 points. All right, team number 2, and now for this question, I assume the role of Cronkite Malfair, the newsman. In the news today, U.S. Embassy in Beirut bombed, killing 63. Hurricane Alicia strikes Texas, killing 22. And in entertainment news, Michael Jackson's Thriller music video debuts. And that's the way it was in A, 1980, B, 1983, C, 1986, or D, 1989, team number 2. What year did all those things happen? What do you think, team number 2?
Is that what you're thinking? Should we go with that?
What do you think, team number 2?
Okay, we're going to go with B.
You're going with B, 1983? That's a terrific guess. You're right. Hey, 10 points. 10 points for team number 2. You got the audience with you, team number 2. They're pulling for you. They're pulling for you. All right, team number 1, here's a music question for you. Who sang the popular dance song Mashed Potato Time? Was it A, Chubby Checker, B, Bobby Freeman, C, Johnny Otis, or D, D Sharp? What do you think, team number 1, the popular song Mashed Potato Time?
I am definitely feeling my age with these questions.
Well, the mashed potato where they did the thing there. What do you think, team number 1? Mashed Potato Time, who sang that? Give us an answer, please. All right, what do you think?
We're going to go with Chubby Checker.
You're going with Chubby Checker. Certainly he made the twist popular, but not this song. Team number 2 for 5 points. B, C, or D?
We're going to go with C.
C, Johnny Otis? No. It was actually D Sharp. Who knew that?
No idea.
Okay. All right, let's go to question number 22. It's another scary Halloween question. Whoa, that's a scary one. For team number 2. All right. How many bones are in the average human skeleton? Team number 2, is it A, 156, B, 206, C, 106, or D, 256? Give you a hint, it ends in a 6. And no help
Thank you
from
for
the
the clue.
doctors in the audience. No help from the doctors or nurses. What do you think, team number 2? How many bones?
We'd like to ask the audience.
You need a lifeline on this one, right? All right.
That was my initial. We're going to go with A.
You're going with A, 156? I'm sorry, that's not quite right. So team number 1, you get for 5 points, B, C, or D?
Going with D, 256.
D, 256? No, too many. B, 206. Am I right, Jake? 206. Okay. All right, so question number 23. This is for team number 1. All right, and another leftover from September. In what year was Labor Day first celebrated in the United States? Is it A, 1872, or B, 1882, or C, 1892, or D, 1902? What do you think? Team number 1, Labor Day first celebrated in the U.S. I wonder if they sold mattresses on that date. What do you think?
C, 1892.
1892. Well, it's a good guess, but it's not right. So team number 2, you can pick up 5 points. You need it. You need this 5 points.
Don't attack us.
What do you think, team number 2?
We're gonna go with D.
You're going with D, 1902, a little late. It's actually B, 1882. So that was a tough one. That was a tough one. All right, well, let's go to question number 24. I love this question. Love this one. 24 for team number 2. According to the National Science Foundation, what percentage of our thoughts are negative? Is it A, 20%, B, 40%, C, 60%, or D, 80%? What do you think, team number 2? Yeah, this is your question for 10 points, 10-pointer. So
Those seem a little low to me, but
especially given the
we have
score.
some negative thoughts right now.
Given the score, I can see what you're saying there. What do you think? Team number 2.
I feel like it's lower than what Karen and I feel ours are, but we're gonna go with B.
With B, 40%. That's pretty optimistic, actually, but it's not right. So team number 1 for 5 points, A, C, or D. According to the National Science Foundation, a percentage of our thoughts that are negative. What do you think? Team number 1, give us a guess.
A, 20%.
A, 20%. You're even more optimistic. And that's not correct. Actually, and I'll tell you, it's not true here for sure, but the answer is D, 80%. 80%. 80%.
Y'all need to be more positive.
All right, Gabrielle, what's the score?
After the 4th round, the score is Team 1, Henry and Mary Lee, 75 points, and Team 2, Tyler and Karen, dragging at 40 points. The quiz is brought to you by the Independent Living Nurse. Here's Bill and Amanda Wright with more information.
Well, actually, Amanda was here a few minutes ago, and then she got called away to an emergency meeting or something. So unfortunately, she's not with us. So we'll have to have her come back again, I guess, next year. But Originally, Patty and Amanda were both going to be here, and Patty was going to say goodbye to everybody, and we were going to introduce Amanda, but hopefully you'll get a chance to see her along the way sometimes. If you're going up the hallway, stop in and say hi. Amanda Wright, the new independent living nurse. And anyway, sorry she couldn't make it, so Gabrielle?
Have you tried Touchtown? It's a great resource and communication tool. It includes independent living newsletters, episodes of What's New with Jeff, a resident directory, and more. You can even submit and track orders through the maintenance service feature. If you aren't sure how to use it, check out the information in the newsletter. Now here's Bill with more questions.
All right, let's get back to the quiz. We're getting down to crunch time now. So team number 1, here is your question, number 25. This is a college football kind of question. What is the mascot for the sports teams at the University of Idaho? Is it A, the Potatoes, B, the Beavers, C, the Grizzly Bears, or D, the Vandals? What is their mascot for that sports teams from the University of Idaho? You don't hear much about the University of Idaho, you know? I don't know if they're in the top 10 on football.
Is it our team or them?
What do you think, team number 1?
Oh, good.
Mascot for the University of Idaho.
We'll take D, Vandals.
I don't know how they do it, but that is correct. 10 points.
Leave it to Henry to pull this stuff up.
You would have thought it was the Potatoes, but...
Were the questions emailed to Team 1 prior to...
I don't know. I think there was some kind of finagling going on here. Wait on. All right, let's go to question number 26 for team number 22. How many calories are in 1 pound of body fat? All right. Now, you think maybe the food services director might know this. How many calories in 1 pound of body fat? A, 4,500, B, 3,500, C, 2,500, or D, 1,500? How many calories in 1 pound?
Whose body fat are we talking about?
Of body fat. What do you think, team number 2?
We're once again just going to guess here. We're going to say C.
C, 2,500. Sorry, not right. Team number 1, how many calories? A, B, or D? What do you think?
We're going to go with D.
D, 1,500, not enough. 3,500, actually. 1 pound of body fat, 3,500. Okay. All right, let's go to question number 27. This is another one of these scary Halloween questions. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, team number 1. What was candy corn originally called? Was it A, chicken feed, B, Halloween mix, C, trick or treats, or D, candy corn? Was it just called candy corn? What do you think, team number 1?
We're going to go with chicken feed.
You're going to go with chicken feed? I'll tell you, I think this is... Yes, you're right. 10 points. I'll tell you. Team number 2.
Come on.
Team number 2, you get all the easy questions. Jeez. This is a word definition question. All right, what does the word diaphoresis, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Diaphoresis, what does diaphoresis mean? Diaphoresis, is it A, breathing from the diaphragm, B, mutual respect, C, interaction between two organisms, or D, profuse sweating? What do you think? Diaphoresis. What do you think, team number 2? They're trying hard. They really are.
We'd like to reference Mary Lee and Henry's emails.
And these questions are kept secret.
We're just going to go with A.
A, breathing from the diaphragm. Well, no, I'm sorry, team number 2. All right. B, C, or D? Team number 1, what do you think?
We're going with D.
Profuse sweating. Yes, you're right. 5 points. And I'm sure. All right. To a classic TV question here for team number 1. On the TV series Married with Children, who played Peg Bundy? Was it A, Katie Sagal, B, Lori Loughlin, C, Joyce DeWitt, or D, Laura Saunders? Team number 1, who played Peg Bundy? Married with Children. We all love that show. What do you think, team number 1?
I don't know stars' names. Laura Sanders.
You're going with Laura Saunders. That is not correct. So team number 2, 5 points that you could use. What do you think?
We're going to go with A.
A, Katie Sagal is correct for 5 points. All right, team number 2, they're not dead yet. All right. All right, question number 30. This is for team number 2. This is a space question. What was the first food eaten in space? Was it A, a banana, B, pudding, C, tang, or D, applesauce? The first food eaten in space. Team number 2 for 10 points. What do you think?
So what do you think?
The first food.
It says eaten, though.
What do you think, team number 2?
Can we get clarification? One of those you drink.
What? Yeah. Well, then maybe you can rule that one out. I mean, I don't know.
I know, me too. What do you think? What do you want to do? Pick one.
A, banana.
You're going with A, banana? Well, they did send monkeys up a lot in the space early on, but that was not it. All right, team number 1. Here you go again. B, C, D.
We're walking out if it's C.
All right, I'm going with my guess, and it was C, tang.
C, tang? No. Actually, it was D, applesauce. Applesauce, the first food, yeah. All right. Gabrielle, what's the score?
After the 5th round, the score is Team 1, Henry and Mary Lee, 105 points, and Team 2, Tyler and Karen, 45 points.
Ooh.
You're missing a 1 in ours in front of ours.
Because of the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, our next quiz won't be coming up until January the 23rd. Our special guest will be Ken Phillips. Questions will focus on New Year's, winter, snow, and the Super Bowl. And now, here's Bill with our final question.
And coming up next year, we got all kinds of fun ideas for the new season of the community quiz, so we hope you'll be back with us in January. Of course, we're always looking for contestants, if you want to be brave like our contestants here today. Please let us know. Check with Gabrielle and me. And of course, we're always looking for guest entertainers too. I'm looking for that juggler. If we can find a juggler, here at the village, it would be great, but let us know. All right, let's look at the rules for the final question. And Team 2, this will give you a chance here. This will give you a chance.
We're ready.
What I want you, each team, to do now is to wager how much of your score you're willing to bet that you'll get this question correct. So team number 1, you can wager from 0 to 105 points. Team number 2, you can wager from 0 to 45 points. So write down in big numbers so that we can read it how much of your score you're willing to wager that you will get this correct answer here on this question. Okay? Okay, you got your score in there? Okay, keep that card aside. All right, now we're going to look at the question, and when Gabrielle is going to read the question, since Gabrielle was originally from Germany, I don't know if you know that, but we have this last question Gabrielle is going to read, and then once you hear the question, each team write the letter of the answer that you think is correct. So Gabrielle, since you're originally from Germany, what is your favorite Oktoberfest food?
Okay. Is my favorite Oktoberfest food A, Reibekuchen, potato pancakes, B, Schweinefüßchen, pig's feet, C, Knackwurst, sausage, or D, Wiener Schnitzel, breaded veal cutlet?
All right, now write down your answer and make it a big letter so that we can read it. A, B, C, or D. What do you think the answer is? Okay. Team number 1, write your answer down. Team number 2, you're already in there? Okay.
Gabrielle, don't forget that beautiful apartment I got you.
I know.
All right, so Gabrielle, what is your favorite Oktoberfest food?
My favorite Oktoberfest food is Schweinefüßchen, pig's feet.
All right. And now we know why that pig had a wooden leg.
Yeah, but I only ate the foot.
Oh, all right. All right, so team number 1, what did you have? You went with A, and how many points did you wager? You wagered 10 points. All right, so that takes you back to 95 points. So team number 2, what was your answer to that question? You also chose A. And how many points did you go with? You went with all 45. So team number 1, Mary Lee and Henry, are the champions. Congratulations.
Karen, thank you for playing with me and carrying the team.
We'll do another staff edition next year. We'll plan that again. But we'll have to come up with some. No. Thank you very much, contestants, and thank all of you for attending today. I hope you had some fun, and those of you at home too enjoyed it. And remember, we won't be back until January 23rd. It's always the 4th Thursday, 2 o'clock. Right here in the DiMatteo Center. So thanks again, and join us in January for another edition of the Londonderry Village Community Quiz.
It was fun.
Thank you.